Welcome to Sandhill Orchards. This is my pre-harvest orchard walk, and I'm in the backyard with the golden hornet behind me. I own the crab apple, small apple, flowering crab, and right across from it is my smoothie, which is a golden delicious variety. And the tree completely changed shape this year. Had its first big load of apples. As you can see, I'm propping up some of the limbs. All the limbs are being bent right down to the ground. Deer are having a heyday with some of the lower limbs. I have one limb up top here that's hanging, that broke. So this tree will be cut off at about the 8 or about 9 foot level up here after this season. And it'll be a modified central leader after that. So the tree is now mature and the branches are bending over. That's good. They'll be in picking range from now on. So you can see this side of the tree. All those limbs bent over. Hopefully they won't break anymore. But it'll be quite a load of apples from there. And these apples are susceptible to sooty blotch. With my woods setting around here, I don't get a lot of good airflow, so I tend to get sooty blotch. For those of you who don't know, sooty blotch are these black splotches on there. That's a fungal attack. It rarely gets through the skin, so it doesn't harm the apple at all. It does make it a little bit unsightly. Most of these will be used, you can wash that off usually. Now if you can see the smaller spots on there, that's called fly speck. This is sooty blotch, these blacker spots on here. And the tiny dots, if you can see them, it's called fly speck. It's another fungal attack. But you can't taste it. It's okay. You can usually wash it off the apple with a good scrubbing. Although, if you're going to store it with it on it. Don't scrub it, because when you scrub it, you may bruise the apple. But this tree has a lot of sooty blotch. I didn't do final sprays, but most of these fruit are going to be squeezed into cider anyway. So I waited until the sun started setting because, man, it was hot today and humid. Just an awful day. Sun's almost going down, so the colors are getting a little better. Here's the golden hornet. It's set a good heavy load this year. What do I do with these? Feed them to the deer. Sometimes I take buckets of them and just throw it in the backfield under a disc and disc them in and let them spring up for browse for the deer. Here is the gala tree. Now this tree gives good sized galas. Maybe it's because it's on a good rootstock. I think an MM111 rootstock. But it gives, I mean, that's a good sized apple. My thumb is a good inch wide, so you can tell that's almost 3 inches wide, maybe a good 3 inches wide. And this tree produces large apples. Look at this rope of apples here. Now that rope of apples are all the same size, all about 3 inches. But you put a gala tree on a smaller rootstock, and I always get tiny apples. So I'm sticking with the larger rootstocks from now on. This is at least a M106 rootstock, maybe M111. I didn't buy this tree. I transplanted it from one my brother bought a long time ago. Look at that tree down there is just loaded and beautiful. This camera doesn't focus well when it's zooming in. There it is. So here's the Shizuka tree. and it's spreading pretty well this year. I don't really irrigate it that much, and it's on sand, so although I did put a lot of mulch under my trees this year. Looks like the McCowan likes to drop them a little bit early. Of course, these have some bugs bites on them. As you can see right there. So, look at the bloom on that. Let me buff this up a little bit. There, now that's a pretty apple. See where that bloom is just like a wax. Collins are a really good tasting apple, but they take a lot of care. Just a sample bite there. And you know, that's good. A little more crunch than a Macintosh. Somewhat of a taste of a Macintosh. A little bit of a look of a Macintosh. It's got usually really short stems. Not quite the sweetness it needs yet. Just a few weeks early. But you know, I used to eat apples off my grandparents' tree when I was a kid. You know, green apples. Eat them all summer. And by fall, when they were ripe, you couldn't find one without a bug bite or a kid bite on it. And so I've got to unlearn that and learn to wait. Wait for an apple to get good. I'm going to keep that with me on the orchard walk. It's good enough to eat more than just a couple bites. No, this isn't a cat video, but this is my daughter's cat, Shadow. And Shadow is a preferred orchard friend. She might not look like much, but she hunts voles and moles and rabbits, all those varmints that like to cause damage to my trees. And she'll catch three mice or voles a day sometimes when she's out hunting. Sometimes more. She is 16 years old and still hunting. So she's my orchard friend. And she doesn't, sometimes she follows me to the orchard. She's waiting for me to go away. She sits quietly in the orchard and waits for a vole or a mole to charge around and eat an apple or something. So she's sitting there patiently saying, "Hey, idiot, you're ruining my hunting. Get away." We'll get away. We'll take the cart out to one of the other orchards. This is my golf cart garage.